After giving this one a recent rewatch, I couldn't help but choose to make this my next analysis. This is the third film analysis video, with the previous one being on American Beauty. As usual, I'll be digging into things like subtext of the film, along with all the elements such as mise-en-scène and cinematography. However, today one of my focuses is going to be on two things: power and greed. This will involve a look at capitalism and a character study of the protagonist of the story. Let's begin. The film opens in 1898, where we see Daniel Plainview, a prospector in New Mexico, mining in search for oil. While trying to blow up the mine hole, he falls down and breaks his leg. Making a recovery, he drags himself to an assay office where he claims his findings. We then go forward to 1902, when a worker is accidentally killed during mining. Daniel fathers the child of this man, also using him to tell people he is a family man when doing business. What is amazing about the first 13 minutes of this film is it almost represents the entire story, and at least tells us exactly who Daniel Plainview is. We first meet him down a hole, literally at the bottom. Then, having fallen down soon after, he refused to be beaten, symbolically raising himself upward with all his strength. Nothing will get in his way. What I love most is how through music and pure visual imagery we're told all of this. There's virtually no dialogue other than Daniel shouting no after falling, but this whole opening is so captivating. We hear the sounds of the work being done during the oil mining that immerses us, and when the music plays, there's something almost unsettling about it. It's almost like a horror film whenever we hear that music in the opening. Visually, the whole opening is told brilliantly and shows how film really is a visual medium. We are placed at a distance in some shots to witness the barrenness of the land, then we see the tools in use and observe Daniel's attempt at finding the oil. All of it gives us a real sense of space and place. Now, what I do want to talk about with this film is how it's a real character study of power, and in a way, madness. Daniel Plainview is almost on the screen in every single scene and moment in the film. For something that runs at around 150 minutes, focusing on one character wants that character to be interesting and engaging, and what I think people need to give credit to is the people who perform them. I cannot praise Daniel Day-Lewis enough for his diverse acting ability. From accents to totally different types of characters, it's any wonder he is often referred to as a chameleon. What is most notable about how Day-Lewis plays this character is how he is almost over the top. This is an example of a character where playing it big works, as it is believable in the context of the character. Constantly throughout the film we see his ruthlessness and determination. The most notable example of Day-Lewis going nuts is of course the end scene, when the film's title really kicks in.
I drink it up!
It is almost laughable at how terrifyingly insane Plainview gets, but as I said, it works because of what we've seen him do in the past. Going back, another scene that is played like this is when he is in the church with Eli. Paul Dano is equally, if not more, over the top, but it works because he is set up as a character who is radically religious. The important thing here is the conviction of the performance. Not a moment goes past that we aren't fascinated by Plainview with what he says and does, and the intensity of it all. One of the turning points for the film is when Plainview is talking to who he thought was his brother, and tells him he doesn't need people.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed.
Soon after, he discovers that this man had only pretended to be his brother, and kills him and buries him. That's when we realise how destructive he is. So what does the film tell us overall as a character study? Outside the fact that it is one that represents American capitalism, it is a focus on a man who rises to power, but is punished and pays some price for it. His son becomes deaf after an oil explosion, who does grow up to hate him, and then sets up his own oil business. He has gained materialistic power, but he is totally without love, compassion, and humanity. The ending for me really echoes Citizen Kane. In fact, the film's entire arc shares similarity as it looks at a man rise to power. When we step forward to 1927 in the end scene of the film, we see Plainview's massive house with its tall ceilings and spacious rooms. Everything is clearly expensive, but like Kane's Xanadu, there is a sadness and emptiness. Then we get a shot where we see the long hallway that is almost ruinous as the camera pans to Plainview at his office desk. This is almost like a shot from a German expressionist film that represents the dark and isolated environment Plainview is now in.
Come in, come in.
And in the end scene, we see him kill Eli, and we hear his last words.
I'm finished.
There's something wonderfully symbolic about the end scene, and I feel like that the bowling alley may represent how to Daniel. He is the bowling ball, and everyone else is just a bowling pin to be knocked over. This is, after all, our final shot. Daniel Plainview is definitely one of the most insane characters we've had on screen. Thank you very much for watching this brief analysis of There Will Be Blood, and as always I would love to hear what you think of the film's metaphors and messages, as I really only focus on Daniel Plainview in this video, but there's so much more to say. Stay tuned for the next analysis video, which may be Akira Kurosawa's Akira, and don't forget to subscribe and check out some previous videos that I've done, and be sure to check out my American Beauty analysis if you're interested. So, that's it everyone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.